Hello everyone, in this tutorial I will create the state machine and give the ability for the character to idle, walk and jump. And we will create all the transition that make the character transition to other state smoothly. First, let's go to echo animBP. Close all these functions and go to anim graph. Create a state machine. Name it to locomotion. And then create a new style catch post. And this catch post name is locomotion. Catch name locomotion. Connect it to the state machine. Then create a new state machine. Name is main state. Create a slot, default slot. This slot we can use to play the animation montage and connect it to output post. Open this main state and create a state, add state. Name is on ground and connect it to on ground. Open it and call use H post locomotion. Connect it output animation post. After default slot, we call initialization filter curves, add element. First name is move data speed, and the second is move data walk rotation delta. Add move data jog rotation delta. And this curve we get from the animation curve that we created from the last tutorial. This initialization can be used where the animation velocity and the acceleration occurs at the time of the switch to new animation. They carry forward the motion. We can compile and we get a warning because this locomotion not yet have the animation inside it. So open this locomotion and create a new state, add state. Name is Y idle. Connect it to Y idle. Open this and search for idle animation. This idle. and then connect it to output animation pose. Let's compile. Now we have this idle animation. Get back to the locomotion. Can play, and we have this idle. To give the ability for our character to walk, have to create a new state. Name is walk, and then connect this while idle to walk state. And this transition, double click on it, get locomotion state, and check if it equal enum. If it equal to walk, this state. If it equal to walk state, we will change the state from this idle to walk and drag it back. Open it. Get locomotion state equal enum if it equal to idle. When this equal to idle, we transition to the idle animation. Back. Can open this walk state and create a state machine. Name is walk state. Walk states with S. Connect it to the output animation pose. Open this. And then add state. The state name is int3. Connect it to int3. Inside this int3, we don't add any animation. And then add state. Name it cycle. And open this cycle. Search for walk forward animation. This walk forward. Connect it to output animation pose. And the play rate, click on bind this value and expose as pin and get play rate. Variable, connect it to the walk forward. Then transition it from int3 to cycle. Click on this transition and this duration is 0.2. Double click on it. Get play walk start and call not boolean. Connect it to can enter transition. Double click on the cycle again. For walk forward, we choose loop animation and set it to true. Let's play test. And when we walk, the character start walking. And when we stop, the character start to idle. And we need to create the transition to make this start walk look smoother. Go to locomotion and the walk. walk state. We create add state, and the name is start app. Open the start app state. Search for idle to walk forward. And then expose as pin of the play rate. Get play rate variable. Connect it to play rate. Click on this animation. And the group name is locomotion. Group role always leader. And method is sync group. Call modify curve. And right click, add curve pin. Move data walk rotation data. Get walk start angle. Multiply it with -1. And connect it to move data walk rotation data. Copy this modified curve and set this one to scale. Copy this walk start angle and move that walk rotation data. Call state weight of walk. And subtract. Use 1, subtract it with the state weight. Connect it to alpha. This modified curve, we set the apply mode to plan. And this one is scale. Go to the walk states. And from entry, we connect to this start app and connect to the cycle. Double click on the transition, set it to true. Click on it, and the duration of transition is 0. And this, we set the automatic rule based on sequence, set it to true. When we set this, the engine will automatically transition on most relevant player nodes, remain time, and the crossfade duration of the transition. And the duration of transition is 0.5. And play. And when we walk forward, we have the transition from idle to walk forward. And let's copy this state. Rename it to start left 90. And it use this idle to walk forward left 90 animation and expose this play rate. Connect play rate to this It to source post. The group name is locomotion. And group role is always leader. Set method to sync group. And delete this idle to walk forward. Go to the state. Connect it to start left 90 and connect to cycle. And this transition, we set the duration to 0. Open it. Get walk start angle. And call in range float. Min is minus 135 and the max angle is minus 45 and do not include the max. Connect it to the result. And this transition set the automatic rule based on sequence to true. Duration for the transition is 0.5. When we set this to true, we no need to add the logic inside this transition because it is automatic. Sorry that I forget to set the priority order. And for this transition to the start app, we set the priority order to 2. And this one, set it to 0. And this start left 90, priority order is 1. And this priority order is useful because the smaller the number of this order, when the condition is true with other transition, the smallest priority order will call that transition. And let's play test. When we turn left, we have turn left animation. Now let's create the turn angle transition or the angle. Copy the start left 90 as it. Name it to start left 180. Copy this. Rename it to start right 90. Copy again. Rename to start right 180. Open this left 180. Use this idle to walk forward left 180 animation. Expose this play rate. Connect to play rate. And group name is locomotion. Always leader and sync group. Delete this. This start right 90. Get idle to walk forward right 90 animation. Post play rate. Delete this. And group name is locomotion. Group role always leader. Method is sync group. And this start right 180. use idle to walk forward right 180 animation and expose pin. Let to play rate. And group name is locomotion. Group role always leader. Scene group. And then make the transition. The priority is 1 for this turn animation. And the duration is 0 for all of it. The turn left 180, open it, and get start angle, walk start angle, call in range. Min is minus 180, and max is minus 135. Need to resolve. This max is false. This one start right 90. Get walk start angle in range. Min is 45, max is 135. The min set it to false, and now the one is start right 180. Double click, get walk start angle, call in range. The min is 135 and max is 180, and we don't include this min. Then transition to the cycle walk animation. Set this automatic rule based on sequence player, and the duration is 0.5 for all of this transition. 0.5 automatic rule based on sequence player. This one 0.5 and automatic. For this cycle walk forward, group name is locomotion, and set it to always follower and scene group. Set this transition from walk to idle. Duration set it to 0. Because we don't want it to affect our walk turn system, and we will create the walk stop animation later. Let's play test. Now our player can turn when she start walking. We create the stop walk animation by add state. Name is idle. and delete this transition back to the idle, and then connect this walk to idle and transition back to walk. And this transition set the duration of it to 0.3. Double click and get locomotion state equal to idle and connect it to the result. This transition we use blend logic is inertialization, and this transition from idle to walk, double click, get locomotion state, and it equal to the walk state. Open this idle state, then add state machine. The state machine name is idle state. Connect it to output. Then add state. Name is entry. Connect the entry to this entry state. Add state. Name is idle loop. And the transition from entry to idle loop. This idle loop, we search for idle long. Use this animation, connect to output animation pause. And for the transition, we set the priority to 3. And the duration is 0. Then add state. Name is walk start, walk stop. Add state. Name is jog stop. And this walk stop called walk to idle, walk forward to idle animation, and it to output. Go to jog stop and search for jog forward to idle. Like this animation. Create a transition, to transition, and connect it back to the idle. And this transition to walk stop, priority is 2. And the duration is 0. And double click on it, then get speed. If the speed is greater than 1, we call the walk stop before we idle. In this transition, we set the automatic rule based on sequence player to true and set the duration to 0.5. For the jog stop, we priority order is 1 and this duration is 0. When the duration is 0, we play this jog stop animation immediately. Double click, get speed, and call greater than 200 next to the result. In this transition, we set automatic rule based on sequence player to true, and the duration is 0.5. Let's play test. When we walk, then stop walking. Animation will play after we release the button. Let's create the jog state. Add state, jog, and create the transition to the jog. And from walk to jog transition, we set inertialization and the transition duration is 0.2. Get locomotion state equal to jog. And this transition back from jog to walk duration is 0.3. Double click and get locomotion state equal to walk. And from jog to idle, blend logic inertialization, and this duration is 0.3. Get locomotion state and equal to idle. And drag it to the jog. Get locomotion state if it equal to jog. And from this idle, while idle, make a transition and the duration is 0.2. Get locomotion state equal to the jog. And open this state. Create a new state machine. Name is jog states, because inside this state machine there is another state inside it. Open it. Create state. Name is entry. and add state. The name is cycle. And make the transition from entry to cycle. And this cycle, we get this jog forward. And then expose this pin. Get play rate. And the group name is locomotion. And set this method to scene group. Back to jog states. This transition priority is 0. It's the 0 means that it is the first priority. And open this transition, get play jog start, and call not boolean. And connect to the result. Then add state. The state name is start F. Make it to start F. Open this state. Use idle to jog forward. And the group name is locomotion. Group role, transition leader, and scene group method. Expose this play rate. And then get play rate variable. Need to play rate. And on modify curve. Add curve. Move data jog rotation delta. Get jog start angle and multiply it by -1. Need to move data jog rotation data. And this modify curve, we copy it. Need to output. And set this one to scale. And this modify curve to blend. For state weight jog. And need to this alpha. And this transition, set the priority to 2 and duration to 0. Set it to true. And from the start F2 cycle, we set the automatic rule based on sequence player is true and duration is 0.5. This jog system is similar to the walk state machine. And let's play test. And press shift. We can run. And for the turn, we copy this at F. We name it to start left 180 and copy and paste. This name is start left 90 and another is start right 90 and then start right 180 and open this. Call idle to jog forward left 180 and expose it. Play rate. Connect this play rate. The group name is locomotion. And set this to transition leader. Method is sync group. Connect it to modify curve. And start left 90. We use this forward left 90 and expose display rate. And group name is locomotion. Group role is transition leader and sync group. Start right 90. Jog forward right 90. Expose play rate. Group name is locomotion. And transition leader sync group. And this start right 180. Use this animation right 180. Group name is locomotion. Transition leader sync group. Play rate expose as pin. And this cycle jog forward, we set it to loop animation. And connect this, make transition to the start jog animation. All this transition duration is 0. This one is 0, 0, and 0. And then we double click on it. Get jog start angle. Call in range. The min is minus 180, make minus 135. And the make disable it to the result. Double click on this. Get chop start angle, call in range, float. The min is minus 135 and make is minus 45. Make disable it to result. This try 90 degree. Get chop start angle and in range. Min is 45. Make is 135 and set the min to false. Get chop start angle and call in range, float. Min is 135 and make is 180. Min set it to false. And then make transition to the cycle. And set this duration to 0.5. And set it to true, automatic. This automatic to true, duration 0.5. 0.5, set this to true. And duration again 0.5, set to true. We can play test by press shift and then press W. We have some problem on this transition from entry to idle loop. I forget to set it to true. Sorry for the mistake. Open this start left 180 and this state weight we subtract and get 1 subtract with the state weight. Can copy this and start left 90 the same, 1 minus state weight connect to alpha. Start F, 1 minus state weight. Start right 90, 1 minus state weight. And start right 180, 1 minus state weight. And go to C8 echo, the character movement. We set this max acceleration to 500 and braking friction factor is 0. Let's play test. When we press shift and press W, the character start to jog and we have the turn animation for start jogging. Now we will create the character that can fall down. Go to locomotion, anim graph, and main states. We add states. Name is in air. And add state. Name is landing. When it's on ground to in air, this transition, the duration is 0.4, and double click, get is falling. Open this in air state. Search for Jam Idol Fall. Use this animation. Use Jam Idol landing. And make the transition from in air to landing. Set the transition duration to 0.1. We transition when it is not falling. Not Boolean. And connect to can intertransition. And transition to on ground. Set duration to 0.2 and automatic rule based on sequence. And drag it again to on ground. And set it transition get bit greater than 100. Display text. Run to this top and then fall down. Now we have the fall down animation. And this is the end of our tutorial. And if you like this tutorial, please hit like and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next tutorial.